Okay, so when we think of Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and social media sites like that, we normally think of those things as more of a pastime, but they can actually be very helpful and beneficial for our students. The use of technology in the classroom can be very beneficial to students because nowadays technology is something that we use every single day. So throughout my speech, I want to talk about 4 types of social media sites. It includes Facebook, Twitter, blogging, YouTube, and then I want to talk about my personal experience with social media in the classroom. Okay, so social media in the classroom, it can be very skeptical for some people at first because it's not normal, but if you give it a chance, it can completely change a student's life. Okay, so to start off with Facebook. Facebook can be very helpful for students, teachers, and even parents. Teachers can create groups for their students so she can post updates on homework, reminders on classes, and just stuff that's going on in the class for students to keep up with. Parents could also be involved in the group so they know what's going on in their child's classroom, and students could even create groups with each other if they needed to work on a project or just a certain homework assignment, and it could just be very helpful for students if they just have questions. So if Facebook is used correctly, it could actually be a tool in the classroom. So next is Twitter, and Twitter, as powerful as it is, can completely change the way students look at learning. Nowadays, big corporations and very important people normally have a Twitter account, and with this, students can go to those accounts and then communicate with these people about what they're learning in the classroom. Twitter can also show students like what is going on in the world right now, so they can be involved. And by allowing students to do these things, it can really get them interested in learning. Next is blogging, and blogging is something that can actually be used in the classroom, and most people think that it can't, but it can be very beneficial and even fun for students. Blogging can allow students to share stuff with one another so they can get to know each other. They can also give reviews on such things as like a lesson a teacher gave, or on some homework, or on a project, or something that went on in class today. This can motivate students to work really hard because their work is going to be online for everybody to see, so they don't want to mess up. Students will learn to express themselves this way, and they can get to know each other in just a completely different way. YouTube is another way for students to interact in another completely different way. And with YouTube, students can make plays and give speeches and post them online for everyone to see. Teachers can record their lessons and then post them online for students to watch later if they have questions or, whatever, or if they miss something in class. So that could be very, very helpful. This is also something that can get students really motivated in the classroom and can be very helpful. So to talk about my personal experience with social media in the classroom, when I was a senior in high school, my math teacher used to record his classroom lessons, and then he would post them on YouTube later for us to watch. So if we ever had a question or anything, he would always have us go on YouTube and look up the video and watch the video again before he would answer us, because he wanted us to watch them, because that's the reason he made the video. And so that really helped me when I was at home, because he wasn't around and I could just go and watch those videos of him explaining it again. And at first it was a little weird because I was watching my teacher online, but after, really watching a couple videos, it really helped me a lot, and I honestly think that it can really help people in the classroom. So, in conclusion, technology and social media can have a very positive impact on students if it's used correctly in the classroom. And just to summarize, Facebook is something that can be very beneficial for students, teachers, and parents. Twitter is very powerful and can get kids motivated. Blogging gives each student a voice. And YouTube gives kids a chance to step out of their comfort zone and try something new. And in my experience, is something that I am going to take with me and use one day when I become a teacher. And, our world is changing every single day, and technology and social media is becoming a normal thing. And so teachers have to find new ways for their students to learn.